Hello my Wolfpack and welcome to a kind of different video that I've never really done before. So here is a draft analysis of the TBL, the Twitch Battle League, which I'm currently participating in. We just had the draft like 20 minutes ago, half an hour ago. It took about 3.5 hours, obviously, as drafts go. And this is the team that I've come out with. So I kind of wanted to go through all the mons. Briefly first, I want to talk about the Fallen Warriors that we had. So essentially, I have my computer over here, which I might just grab. Just because I was using this one alongside this one. Yeah, I'm like that girl that has 4 computers for specific things, but I was using this one to refer back to other stuff. So let's just take a look. So my original plan for a team, so I was second up. My original plan for a team was Landorus T, which got taken straight away. So I was like, oh my god. So I had a backup team there because I just, like, Lando T I felt was the important one on that team. I felt it was, like, I just felt like I needed that. So the team was Landorus T, Nihilego, Porygon 2, Hydreigon, Ninetales Alola Arcanine, Ambipom, Jellicent, Torterra, Passimian, and Scizor, which I thought was such an amazing team. I had so much prep for it. But without that Lando T, like literally the Lando T was the only one that I wanted straight away for this team. Literally the first one I really wanted, and it obviously got sniped straight away by the first person. Which, fair enough, that's a draft league for you. But I had a backup team in place, which I will tell you the backup team because it looks nothing like this team. So the backup team was Skarmory, Tapu Koko, Kuhmo, Slowbro, Umbreon, Chandelure, Hitmontop, Weezing, Zangoose, Meganium, and Beedrill. Mega Beedrill, that is. Yeah, so obviously my team looks quite different just because of things getting sniped, and I made a last minute change. Like, literally as the stream started, I was like, oh my god, I don't want Mega Beedrill. Like, I was like, no, I want Mega Sizzle. So I changed that out, and then I put Nihilego in instead of Skarmory. And yeah, so I kind of like jimmied that around at the very start of the stream. And then first pick, obviously, I got Tapu Koko, which Tapu Koko is a very interesting one. I'll move this out of the way for a second. Oh, God, I'm hitting things. Tapu Koko, very cool one, very fast, very powerful. Both super high attack and special attack. Probably run it as a special attack, a Life Orb kind of thing. Can even run it as Scarf, Specs, like a Volt Switcher. I can even run it like that. There's a few ways that it can actually be run. I'm very interested in running it in these ways. You've got Nature Madness as well if you've got a particularly bulky Mon. Z moves as well. You can use like Electrium Z. I'm not sure if you can use the Alola. The Nature Madness Z move, I can't think what it's called off the top of my head. I'm not sure I can use that, so I do have to just check what Z moves are legal and what aren't legal. But yeah, Tapu Koko, Electric Fairy, I thought I need a really good first tier pick. Just because it's going to be scary. Like, it was like, it's the first time I've done a draft stream. First time, not a draft stream, first time I've done a draft. So, I was like, okay, Tapu Koko looks good. Let's put it in there. I wanted my fairy. I want a Fairy Steel Dragon Core, which obviously I've got. Then, I'm just going to go through it. Like, so the first tier 1s, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, and then the Mega. I'm just going to go through both the tier 1s first. So, then I have Nihilego, which... super fast, good special defense, super high special attack as well. Can run this, like, Scarf Nihilego is such a scary thing. Sludge Wave, Sludge Bomb, Power Gem. I think it's got a few other things. I think it's got Dazzling Gleam as well. I really like the look of this thing. In my initial team, it was the last one I put in because it would just pulled everything together. It was like, I have kind of a weakness to Rock and Poison. Oh wait, Nihilego is going to be really good here. So I've got that there. So really excited to be using that. It's the first time I'll ever use one, but gonna give it a go. Gonna give it my best shot. Yeah, so really excited to, like, just generally use it as obviously a special attacker. Tapu Koko will be the same, if not a physical attacker, maybe like Wild Charge. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Wild Charge and Nature Madness if I have to. Obviously I'll prep it based on what's coming. And then we have Porygon 2, which was one that I really wanted to draft. In my backup team, I had Slowbro here instead because I wanted a defensive. Obviously, Everlight Porygon 2, going to be super... Hiccups again, super tough to deal with. Going to be a hard mon to take down. Obviously, you've got Toxic, you've got Recover, you've got Ice Beam, Thunderbolt. So you can even do a Calm Mind set as well. Chuck a Calm Mind on there. I believe it learns Calm Mind If it doesn't, then it's just me being an idiot. But I believe it learns Calm Mind or Nasty Plot. It should have Nasty Plot. I think it has Nasty Plot. Let's just have a look on the Porygon 2. Let's look at its level set. I go to Cerebi. I personally like the layout of Cerebi more, so I'm just going to have a look over here. I could just... doesn't learn Nasty Plot, unfortunately, but still, I'm not going to run it offensively, I don't think. It's just going to be defensive. Just going to be defensive and deal with like all the horrible things that are going to be there. Yeah, just in general, maybe like Toxic Staller, I think definitely will be a really good thing. Kind of a pivot just to kind of get myself back on track, because I know occasionally I do lose myself a little bit, especially when I get salty, so I can bring that in. Hopefully Toxic something up, get to change out, recover up, kind of deal with that, and then think through. Then we have Kuhmo. So originally I wanted Hydreigon, and then I was like, what about Goodra? And they both got taken literally back to back. And then I was like 3 turns later, and I was like, oh my god, I need a Dragon type. So Kuhmo, which is really interesting. It's got really good stats across the board. Like, it's around base 100 on all of its stats. You can run it defensively, you can run it specially defensively, you can run it attack, you can run it a special attack. It can have good speed investment as well. There's so many ways that you can run this mon. It's ridiculous. Obviously, it's Omni boosting moves. Well, you don't know this obviously, but Omni boosting moves are illegal, so can't have Clarus Scales. Yeah, and just generally, I thought it was a really good mon. 4 times weakness to Fairy is a little bit of a shame, but I think the trade-off is really nice. I mean, you've got Focus Blast, you've got Clanging Scales, you've got Dragon Pulse, I think you've got Draco Meteor as well. There's just so much there that can be used. Such a versatile moveset. I think it's got a good fighting type attack. I can't remember what it was. I remember looking at it. It's like, oh, I think it's Sky Uppercut. Sky Uppercut is a really good fighting type attack. If so, you can run it physically. I'm just really excited to use this mon. Haven't really used any of these mons before. I've kind of used Tapu Koko actually. Porygon 2 I've used a little bit, but not much. And haven't used Nihilego or... what's it name? Kuhmo, that's it. And then next up we have Blastoise. So Blastoise was a very, like, oh my god, I need to pick something kind of pick. Because I wanted Jellicent, which was like taken a turn and a half before that, and I was like, okay, I need especially defensive mon. Umbreon, like, I had Umbreon already there, obviously. I think I explained that. I had Umbreon already there, and it just, like, I was just here like, oh my god. Umbreon got drafted literally just before my turn, and I was there like, oh my god, I don't know what to do. I really was not expecting that. I just, like, the salt got real, and I was like, I need to find something. I need to find something to draft. So I drafted Blastoise, because it's got decent special defense. It's a rapid spinner, water type, which I didn't really have a plan for a water type after I moved out Slowbro. So I think it's really good, kind of bulkier mon. That will hopefully be able to deal stuff. It's got some very good coverage moves like Dark Pulse, Aura Sphere, Surf, Scold, like just several really good moves. Rapid Spin, as I said, you can spin things away. And then talking of Rapid Spinners, we have Donphan. So Donphan is an exciting mon. I was just like, I could go for Donphan. It just like was a very sudden decision for me. I was like, Donphan looks really good. So I had Donphan there. Donphan has Earthquake, Gunk Shot, I think it has Seed Bomb, Play Rough, Ice Shard, has such a variety of moves, can put a Z move on there any way I want, so if I'm worried about, I think it has Iron Head as well, so like a Steelium Z if I'm really worried about Fairy type. Yeah, just generally a lot of really good moves there. And also Stealth Rocks and Rapid Spin, so I can set up my rocks and get rid of rocks that are on me. Also Leech Seeds, which are possibilities. I know there's a Mega Venusaur lurking around somewhere, so that's probably going to be kind of handy potentially there. Obviously, a Mega Venusaur Grass type is a little bit of a sort of moment, but yeah, that's just kind of my thought. Next up, we have Miss Magius, which I was kind of like, I have a lot of like kind of bulky mons rather than fast like attackers or special attackers, so I went for Miss Magius here. Obviously, Ghost type, super fast, well, 105 speed, 105 special attack, 105 special defense, so again, good special defense there. And I can run it with Choice Scarf. Choice Scarf, Shadow Ball can look really good. It has a couple of other moves. I believe it has Dazzling Gleam. Yeah, there are a few moves like I've seen it used before, and I've been quite interested in it. Can always use Destiny Bond as well to kind of just like sacrifice myself. And yeah, I just think that this was a really good choice to have a fast Mon that was there. That's really good with special attack, like other than Nihilego, because there are some weeks where I'm not going to be able to bring it, especially with a ground heavy team, a ground type heavy team, or a team that has really heavy ground type move usage. That's going to be scary, so I can't really use Nihilego, so this Magus is potentially an alternative. And then I got Sigilyph, or Sigilith, however you want to say it. I don't know how you say it. Now, I was expecting people to be like, "Oh my god, what the heck are you doing?" Because this was I think, my second to last pick, and I was there like, do I, don't I? I'm not sure. Maybe, like just like humming and hawing for so long about whether I do Sigilyph. I'm gonna say Sigilyph. If you're Sigilith, or like it is called Sigilith, I'm done. I just don't care. Like, um, yeah, this thing has some kind of good stuff. So you've got Calm Mind, you've got Cosmic Power, you've got Magic Guard, so it doesn't take any damage other than the physical damage that's given it. So yeah, we've got that. I believe it learns Defog as well, so that can be handy because you're not going to take these stuff from Spikes and Stealth Rocks. And it's got Psycho Shift as well, so I can potentially take a Flame Orb, Psycho Shift that onto someone else, maybe even Toxic Orb, depending on how I'm wanting to go. Like if it's going to be a variety of attackers, and I've already got a Scolder, maybe that might work. But yeah, that's kind of my idea there. Even Life Orb, because it's not going to take the Life Orb damage, even Life Orb, and just like having special attacks. All interesting stuff. I think this is going to be an interesting mon. I don't know when I will bring it. I think it's going to be very situational, but I think it will pull through. I've been swept many times by a Sigilyph, so yeah, it happens. It happens sometimes. Next we have Zangoose. So Zangoose, again, a very interesting mon, a very cool mon. Toxic Boost is a good ability. It also has immunity as well. So immunity basically stops you from being poisoned, and Toxic Boost increases your attack by 1.5 times if you're poisoned, which is just crazy. Put that on top of Facade, which power's doubled. So you've got a base 140 power move basically on a choice band. That is essentially what's happening. You can always run max speed. You can always run maybe even a Scarf on this thing. I'm thinking like potentially a Scarf if there's going to be a Toxic Spiker sort of thing. That could potentially happen if... I'm not sure if there's any Toxic Spike levers that have been drafted. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I think this thing's going to be crazy. You've got, I believe, Close Combat on this thing. Crush, I think you might learn Chip Away, Crush Claw. Crush Claw isn't the most amazing thing. Return, obviously. What else is there? Well, Facade is kind of outweighing all of those, but I think it's got a couple of other little moves. It's got Shadow Claw as well for those ghost types. It's just got little bits and bobs there that I found really interesting. And then Meganium. Meganium was one that I was really interested in straight off the bat. Like, when I was creating the original teams, I was like, I quite like the idea of Meganium, purely because I can light clay with screens, with dual screens. I think that will work really well. Giga Drain, I grant especially defensive. Synthesis, Leech Seed, I can just like wear down opponents there. Also, I can do Sunny Day and kind of do strategies with Scizor as well, maybe Solar Beam. I think, yeah, Solar Beam should work. Scizor gets Morning Sun, so in the sun, it's going to get 75% of its health back, which, if it's taking damage, then obviously it's going to be kind of handy to have. Also, there's a rain team in the league, so I thought you can put not a Sunstone, a Heat Rock, I think it's called. I think it's a Heat Rock on the Meganium to increase the number of turns of sun. So when the Drizzlemon comes in, I can then come in and put a Sunny Day up, partly because you're going to be quite scared of grass types anyway, so you're probably going to want to change out. I can make it very situational. So I think that is a very interesting, cool kind of thing to do. So Meganium will definitely be coming with me that week, just because I can do that. I'm revealing all my strats so people can probably watch this and be like, oh, I'm going to prep for that. But oh well, oh well. And then we have Mega Scizor. Mega Scizor is a crazy, crazy mom. So you can get Swords Dance. Like, ideally, I would have wanted just plain Scizor, but I made the modification to have Nihilego in here. That was purely why I ended up going for Mega Scizor in the end. well, Mega Sizzle was in my original trio, or in my original core, which was Hydreigon, Alola, Ninetales, Mega Sizzle, which is kind of a weird core, but it's good. It's good. Obviously, you got Bullet Punch in this thing, Swords Dance, X Sizzle, U-Turn. There's a few other Superpower for mons that are incredibly annoying. The only thing that I'm really concerned about, there is a Celesteela lurking around, and Mega Sizzle's not going to be able to cope with that, not at all. So I might have to bring out some kind of secret tech there. But there is a Magnezone, I believe, so hopefully a Swords Dance Superpower will be able to work against that with a Bullet Punch. Can kind of get rid of that. Yeah, I think that the team is going to look quite good. I've just got to make sure that I'm on top of things. I've got to make sure that I'm really good at kind of speed creeping. Obviously, the EV investment is going to be slightly different. It's not just a case of preparing for any mon, it's a case of preparing for 11 specific mons. So I think that is going to be kind of the biggest thing. As it's my first draft league, I don't 100% know what I'm going to do. I don't know what to expect. So I'm going to have to try and speed creep. I'm going to have to try and come up with some really different strats just to deal with a specific Pokemon, which I think I do that anyways. I think I'm really good at doing kind of the quirky sets to deal with specific mons. So I'm not really too worried about that. It's just finding the time investment, because it is going to take a few hours to, well, not necessarily a few hours, maybe an hour to kind of do all my calculations and whatnot. Literally, I spent hours working on my draft ideas, and for this to change so much, yeah, I think the core's looking really nice with Kuhmo, Tapu Koko, and Mega Sizzle. I think that's a really nice core. You've got Dragon Fighting, which again, Fairy, 4 times weakness to fire. I've got a couple of ones weak to fire, but I've got a couple of ones that are also strong against fire, I suppose. Got a weakness to ice. I noticed I've got quite a large weakness to ice, but I don't have to bring all the mons every week. So I think I've got 4 mons weak to ice. Yeah, 4 mons that are weak to ice. That's off the top. Yeah, there's 4 mons weak to ice, but I'm not going to be bringing all 4 of them every week. And even if I do, it's going to be like guaranteed mons that don't learn ice moves. I don't know anything else that I really want to talk about. Ground type, I did have a concern with, but I think that I'm fine with ground types, to be honest. Obviously, Nihilego and Tapu Koko are going to struggle against ground type moves, but we have Sizzle, which is, well, Sizzle's normally effective. Yeah, I think that's the one thing. We've got Levitate on, what's it called? Mismagius, and hopefully things like Earthquake will be swallowed by Porygon 2. We have Meganium, which isn't going to be as affected by ground type moves. So yeah, I think, and also we've got obviously Sealith, which is flying type, so it's not going to be affected at all. So we've got mons to kind of cover things. I think that we've got good coverage. Got a variety of mons, got special defensive, support mons, physical attackers, special attackers, fast physical attackers, fast special attackers. That was kind of what I really wanted to prep for and have an all-round sort of capable team. I really wanted to have a defensive mon, and especially defensive mon. Obviously Porygon 2, and then we've got Meganium and also Blastoise there as well, and also Mismagius is pretty good. And then defenses, well, we've obviously got Porygon 2, as I said, Donphan, Mega Sizzle, all very decent defenses. I believe Nihilego's got quite a high special defensive stat. And then, as I said, Kuhmo is just all good across the board. I think that I've made a good few picks. I'm actually quite happy with the team that I've come out with. I'm going to obviously try and live with this. I hope this is all going to go well. First draft league, so we will give it a go. I'm up against Hef the first time. Hef Nasty the first battle, and I've heard that he did some very, very good things with a team that he did not draft. So a little bit worried because obviously this is a team that he's prepped and drafted. So we'll maybe be able to use better, which is kind of worrying, but hopefully I will be able to be a little bit sneaky and come up with a few sets that may or may not work out for me. I will see how they go. But yeah, I'm going to end off here. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have, please do leave a like. The videos will be coming out, so I believe it's Saturdays are team builders and Sundays are the actual battles. Obviously, I've got my capture card now, so I'll be doing the actual battles. I'll be doing live commentating on that, so I'll be commentating on every single move that I make whilst I'm making it, rather than doing the playback. That's in all times that it's going to be possible. There might be one or two where I do have to commentate afterwards, just because there's potential issues when I go home with my laptop as well. Like, it's a little bit of ice in the minute, but we will see. We will see. I might have to get that recorded for a couple of weeks and then commentate over it just using OBS on this big old beast here. I think that's like, just watch it through and then commentate, put it all into a thing, and like put it all together. But yes, I'm ending this off. I hope you're looking forward to everything that's going to be going on the channel. If you are, please do like, subscribe, turn on those notifications so you know when they are going live. I don't know the time they're going live yet. I'll probably talk about that in an update video that's coming in a week or two, just because the channel is going for a rebrand. Anyways, I'm out of here, so have a good one, and I will see you soon.